Bear with me, folks. I'm sorry, family. Just trying to get it balanced out for you. All right. Shalom, shalom, family. The topic of the class today is the difference between the body and the soul. How is your soul fed? How do you feed your soul? Now, we on this density, we have not been taught how to correctly feed our soul. So because of lack of energy in the physical body, lack of energy in the etheric body, the body itself is how it gets sick, because you don't have the proper amount of energy in the body. And this is what this is about, is getting that energy straight and getting on the right path to dealing with your God, because our ancestors knew something very powerful, very prophetic, that has been dodged, and everybody has really just wandered off on a whole nother path from it. They just completely don't want to do it. So I'm going to do a series of it. This is just the first start, an introduction into meditation, because this is the key to everything. Meditation is the absolute key to your God. Meditation is the absolute key to overstanding, okay? Understanding is only to a point. Understanding goes to a point and then it stops. When you have overstanding, it's going to continuously grow. It's going to grow. You're going to constantly overstand this. You're going to overstand that. You're going to overstand parables and phrases. And a lot of these brothers can't do that because they are at a limited basis, okay? And whenever I first presented this knowledge, like I said, when I joined the little alphabet campers, and I first presented the knowledge, these brothers went off. They completely rejected it. They didn't want to have anything to do with it because they're taking the doctrine and the philosophies of man. They want to deal with man. They don't want to deal with the Most High. And I only deal with the Most High and Him alone. Okay? So the topic of the class is, how is your soul fed? The difference between the body and the soul. Because this world has got you thinking that you are the body, but you're merely in the body. That's a big difference. You're merely in the body. Okay? So the thing that is happening to our people, and this is one of the main reasons, in the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6, it says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge." The Most High is telling these brothers, all these brothers that rejected this knowledge that He gave me. I didn't give it to myself. He gave it to me. He taught me this. Okay? Search of Him. He said, "Seek ye the kingdom of God." His kingdom is who you should be seeking. He is whom you should be seeking. But it says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me." So all these brothers that rejected knowledge, Most High said, you're not a priest to Him. "Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God." They don't want to keep the law. They don't want to serve the Most High. They want to serve Jesus. They want to serve Yahushua. They want to serve Yahweh. They don't want to serve Yah. Okay? "I will also forget thy children." So in case you don't understand that, brothers and sisters, the transatlantic slave trade, do you think all the atrocities and stuff happened to our children because He allowed it? Yes, He did. Because you were arrogant, rebellious, and you rejected knowledge. And that's what they continuously and constantly do. So this is going to be the precursor class into the breakdown class of meditation. And I'm going to try and put them all out in sequence so that they all fall together, so that you have the complete overall overstanding of what to do and how to make conscious contact with your God. Okay? But the soul has to return to Yah to live. Understand that, folks. So when you go to sleep at night, know that your soul, you have to return to the Father in order to live in this third density. Okay? It has to be fed. You don't know how to feed it here, so it has to go back there. But because you're not able to feed it here, you get sick, you get weak, you get obesity, you get diabetes, you get all these different diseases and stuff. Not only because of the poisonous foods and stuff they're pumping, but because you don't know how to increase the etheric energy. Etheric energy, okay? You are comprised of etheric energy, spiritual power. That's why Yasharal is your name. he who has power with God, prince of the power. Okay? Now, this is going to start keying you back to it. Okay? Now, remember, the soul has to return to the Most High Yah every night, or else it would die on this earth. Let's go to the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17, and verse 20. And we're going to get a little bit more insight onto what we need to do and what's going on with the soul when it goes to the Father. Okay? The book of 1 Kings, chapter 17, and verse 20. And he cried unto the Lord, and said, O Lord, my God, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I have sojourned, by slaying her son? And when he had stretched himself upon the child 3 times, he cried unto the Lord. You understand who he's crying out to? He's crying out to the Most High God of Israel. He's cried out to the Lord and said, Lord, my God, O Lord, my power, let thee, pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. Now you see, he's praying that the boy's soul be returned to him at this point. And the Lord heard the voice of Elijah. And the child, and the soul of the child came into him again, and he was revived. He was alive again. He woke up. Okay? The Most High is the God of souls. He made you. Okay? Point blank. So Elijah was crying out to the Most High to let this boy's body, let his soul return into his body, because mom was going crazy. The boy was dead. And she was know what else to do, so she turned to Elijah. They know the prophets. They know who to take people to, who to call on, to have them call on the Most High, because they have the connection. So he called out to the Most High, and the Most High returned the boy's soul to him. Okay? He returned the boy's soul to him. So he rose up. He got up. Resurrection. Y'all, you see that? He returned it to him. Same. We'll get into that on another level. Okay? So, when you sell your soul, you become the walking dead. So all of those people that are seeking fame and fortune and want to run up, I'm going to Cali, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Go ahead, because the devil is not require you to sell your soul to him. And the Most High said, then you're going to become the walking dead. That's why a lot of these actors and stuff you see, they kind of look gray, they look extremely pale and pasty. That's because they're the walking dead. They have no soul in them, no life, no spirit. It's gone. It's done. You know, they're gonna have to deal with it. So we're gonna go to the book of Matthew, chapter 8, and verse 32. This isn't going to be a very long class. It's actually pretty short, folks. It's really just let you know where your soul goes and how it is fed by the Most High, because it goes back to Him each night. The book of Matthew, chapter 8, and verse 32. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, now who is this? This is the true prophet speaking to the brother that was in the mountains, that was vexed with all of the legion. Remember, he had the legion in him. So this is the true Christ, not the imitation. The true Christ speaking. But pay attention to what he is saying. In verse 32, he said, and he said to them, you hear that? He's not speaking to the man. He's speaking to them, they which are in the man. He's speaking to the spirits. Go. And when they were come out, they went into a herd of swine. You see, filth, inhabiting filth. And behold, the swine, the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea and perished in the waters. You see, because the souls know that they can't exist outside of the body. Okay, they needed something to go into. They needed something to go into. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these brothers today. They have these demonic souls, presences, entities attached to them. And a lot of the times they're running things with them. They got them doing all kinds of madness. But in that sense right there, it shows that Christ was speaking to the brother that was infected with the legion. Remember, he asked me, so what is the name? He said, we are legion. We are many. So When Christ told them to get out, they needed something to go to. They knew they would die. They knew they would die without that body. Same thing. Same thing with you. If you're not in this body, it's dead. If you're not in this body, it's dead. Okay? And we're going to go to 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 22. And we're going to get a little bit more in depth on what goes on when you're dealing with the Most High. I taught in this, Lord, so it's going to be okay. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't work like that. So we're going to look at the book of 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 22. And it says, "Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." The Most High said this is an act. This is an act that you must do. But you do it every night, though, but you do it unconsciously. That's the key thing, is doing it consciously in this present dimension. This is where your strength comes in. This is where your power increases. But they want you distracted with football, the broads on TV with the bullcrap rapping or whatever they call themselves doing. But all of these are distractions so that you don't go inside. You don't start activating this. Because the more you activate this, the more you connect with him. You see? The more you connect with him. Shalaki. Be ye doers of the word, not just hearers. Obeying the truth is what this is about. This is the absolute truth. I'm not out here to try and gain a bunch of followers. Not doing that. Not doing that. I'm just here to do exactly what the Most High sent me to give you this message. And that's what this is about. All this knowledge that he has comprised in these brothers, the true servants of the Most High Yah, the true servants, the true servants. So, it's telling you, don't just be a hearer of the word, be a doer. Because this is coming directly from the scriptures, and everything that I have to show you about meditation in the upcoming classes, every bit of it is going to come out of the scriptures. It's not going to come from my own words because I don't have anything to say. Everything that I'm going to speak is going to be thus said to Most High because he gave me what to say. He taught me what to say. Okay? We're going to go to the book of Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 8. So we're going to find out exactly what's going on, what we're missing, and what we must be doing to get nourishment in this realm. But first off, we're going to show you where your soul goes to get nourishment in order to exist in this realm. It has to go back to the Father. The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 8. "It shall even be as when a hungry man drinketh, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is hungry." His soul is empty. Why is his soul empty? I said it would be as a hungry man dreaming, because of the spirit in him. He's given himself over to this world. He's lost his connection. He's letting his light go dim. That's what he's talking about, brothers and sisters. It would be and his soul is empty. For as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hadeth appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. You see, all y'all have an appetite for the Most High, but your souls are still empty because you're only getting a limited amount of the presence of being with the Most High, because a lot of us are restless and stuff in our sleep and stuff from all the smart meters, the Wi-Fi signals, the microwaves and all that. All of this is attacking you on an etheric level. So if you can cancel out getting rid of some of these things and turning some of these things off, then you'll be able to increase your vibration. Vibration is the whole key. Everything on this world, in this plane, exists by vibration. That's somatics, but that's another class. So we have to understand is that the Most High is telling you that when you give your soul over, you're gonna be hungry. All you're gonna do is dream. You ain't gonna have no truth because you hadn't learned the spirit. These brothers out here screaming, they know spirit, they know spirit, they know spirit. But when the Most High send you someone that truly knows spirit to teach you spirit, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. And I spent a year in something with these brothers and trying to bring out many different levels of knowledge that the Most High gave me. But because they have that One West doctrine, that set criteria thinking they want to keep you in, they want to limit how much knowledge you have or what you bring out or what you speak, because if you speak too much, that destroys their lie. All of those brothers are pointing, we ain't even into that, but we're going to go ahead. That destroys the lie. But the soul is empty when a man sleeps. It's when his soul gets fed. When you sleep, your soul is getting fed. But if you're restless, your soul can't get fed because you're jumping back and forth from this world to there, from this world to there. I laid down for about an hour. I didn't sleep good at all because something in this world is antagonizing you to where you can't let it go to get your soul fed. So a lot of people be feeling down. I got to drink a Red Bull, an energy drink or something, because they don't know that the distractions of this world is what's making it limited on you having abundance of energy. Take time and we're going to get down deep into it so that you get the truth about meditation and about how important it is to you, because they don't want you to know this. Your enemies don't want you to know this. They want you to continue to idolize the football players and all this nonsense. You know, I heard brothers talking about football games and they speak as if they are on the team. Like they finna play somebody, and, you know, we finna suit up. You know, I'm finna go out there and run for that 90-yard TD. But I would love to hear brothers speak about their adventures and the things that the Most High has shown them through their travels with the Most High. But they don't. A lot of these brothers don't want to deal with that because, like I said, these people want to claim they honor Him with their mouths. With their mouths, they do. These people do honor Me with their lips, but their hearts are far from Me. That's mouth lip service. Got a lot of brothers out there, a lot of mouth lip service. A lot of mouth lip service. We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 1. So we're going to find out exactly what was going on here. And this is King David. The book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That's a key word. I shall not want. When he is in the presence of the Most High, what he is saying right there. When I'm in the presence of the Most High, I don't want for anything. When Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights with the Most High, he didn't have to come down to find something to eat. He didn't have to come over, Lord, I got to go take a bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm hungry, Lord. He didn't have to do any of that, because when you're in the presence of the Most High, He will sustain you. His presence was sustaining the fleshly body. That's why Moses glowed when he returned. That's why they was afraid of him. You know, for the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. When I'm in the presence of the Most High God, I won't want for nothing. This flesh won't need nothing. I will not be hungry. I will not be thirsty. I will not be tired. I will not be sleepy. Okay? This is what this is about. We're going to go to the book of Job and chapter 10 and verse 1. This is where your soul is going. This is who's feeding it. This is who's doing it. The book of Job, chapter 10, verse 1. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. Job said that my soul is weary with my life. He said, I already know what's going on. He's going to leave his complaint on himself because the Most High knows. He says, I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Shew me wherefore thou contendest with me. And see, Job didn't even put his complaints on the Most High because they were vexing to his soul, but he knew that the Most High knew it because Job knew something that the rest of these people don't know. A lot of our ancestors knew something the rest of these people do not know, and they reject knowing it. But Job was talking about the complaints and the things that was going on in this world that he wasn't going to bring it before the Most High because he knew that he already knew. So he just kept it to himself. So he's bearing it, looking at it. He's bearing it, dealing with it, and wrestling with it. But he knows that the Most High already knew it. The body is a trap. Okay, it's a trap from sinning. You see, the Most High put us in this body for sinning, for breaking His laws, statutes, and commandments. He It's deeper. It goes even further back than just what's been going on since the transatlantic slave trade. Go back to the beginning. But then they will find out that there's a lot more. But again, these alphabet campers, they do not want you to read. We're going to look in the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 10. We're going to see again what the Most High has to say. And it says, "In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind." Again, the Most High is the God of souls. He made you. He made everything. It's in his hand. That's why I said no one can take you out of his hand. Nobody can deliver you out of his hand. When he comes through, and all you brothers out there screaming for the wrong thing and calling Yahushua, calling Jesus, Yahushua, see if they get you out of the hand of the Most High, because he himself is coming. Y'all getting it confused with the lies of these alphabet counters, and they're going to all be held accountable for it. They're going to be held accountable for it because they're taking away from the Torah. And he said that he can forgive you for everything in the book, but if you take away from the Torah, you lie on the Torah, really? Y'all brothers are silly with it out there, man. It's in his hands. It's in the Most High's hands. That's why I said whose hands are the soul of every living creature. Everything. Whether it's a gnat, whether it's a roach, whether it's a mouse, whether it's a bird, whether it's a tree, a blade of grass, a flower, it's all in his hands. It's not in no one else's hands, because he made it all. He controls it all. Get that first and foremost, folks. First and foremost, the Most High is your power. You seek him first, period, over everything. Everything. All right, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, and we're going to jump in at verse 10. And we're going to get it again and hear what is necessary to feed your soul. How is your soul fed? Okay? The book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 9. 26 and verse 9. "Why is with my soul I have desired thee in the night." Now what is he talking about then? With my soul I have desired thee in the night. That means that brother is anxious. Isaiah is anxious to get back to the Most High, because he knows something. He knows something extremely spiritual. Something extremely powerful. "To the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me, I will seek thee early." What is he talking about? With my spirit within me, I'm going to seek thee early. He's going to wake up thinking about the Most High. He's going to be ready to go out and do something for the Most High. That's why he said he's going to seek him early. He's going to seek to please the Most High early. Early. "For when thy judgments are in the earth," wait a minute. Everybody believing that Yahushua is coming. Isaiah is telling you when the Most High's judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. You see, they don't know righteousness because they don't know spirit. They run around here doing manly things and worldly things. They don't know righteousness because they are worldly. That's why I said, love not the world, neither the things that are in this world. These things in this world, distraction, cars, shoes, clothes, broads, houses, all this mess is a distraction. It's rubbish. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. You must learn spirit, folks. I'm not pushing it on you. I'm just telling you. I'm just a messenger. Just a messenger. He said that he knew me before he put me in the womb. I have ordained thee a prophet. I'm not a deacon, an elder. All these titles that they want to put on themselves, they got hell coming with that, because he's going to handle that. He said he made you a prophet, nothing else. To prophesy against this wicked kingdom. And he's coming, and this wicked kingdom is going down. And it's going to go down in a fast way in 1 hour, he says. 1 hour. We're going to go to the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 20. We're going to find out a little bit more about this soul and who has it. Fed by going back to your Father in heaven every night. This is why a lot of people be like, oh, I had a dream, and it was just so real, like I was there. You were there. The only difference is that when the Most High severed the mind, he said he's going to sear the mind. He's going to make it into two. Okay, like seared it with a hot rod. This created a consciousness in the third dimension. This created what you know as the 3D consciousness. Okay, The subconscious is a higher dimension, a higher vibration that you connect, that you carry. But they don't want you to connect with this vibration, because then you become extremely dangerous because of the power. But in the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 20, but God said unto him, thou fool, has not thy soul, Shalaki, thy fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? It's telling us that this night your soul will be required of you. And all the mess that you done collected, all this and that, who gonna get it? Because he ain't worried about it. The Most High ain't worried about it. The only thing he worried about is that soul. Period. Period. He tells you that this night your soul will be required. This night you're gonna die. So if you died this night, where would all of your so-called, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, where would it all go? You worried about the things of this world and not worried about the things of the spirit. That's what we got to do. We got to learn spirit. We're going to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 30 and verse 15. So we're steadily dealing with the Most High, telling you that he controls the soul. It must go to him every night. Otherwise, you will die. Your body will die, because when you come into the body, it activates them, because now you're back to think that you're moving it, but you're just amplifying the energy that's in it. That's why you're tethered to it. But those of you that astral travel and stuff will know about the tether, the like a little umbilical cord. You'll know about it. But the book of Exodus, chapter 30 and verse 15. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel. When they giveth an offering unto the Lord, make an atonement for your souls. You're making an atonement for your souls for all of the wickedness that you've done on this earth, all of the lies, the betrayal, the deceit. That's what you're doing on the Day of Atonement. So all of these brothers out there that think that they're completely righteous, no, not one. That's why the Day of Atonement is there, because you're making an atonement for your soul, that he's not throwing you into the lake of fire, which a lot of you are on that boardwalk, straight to that lake of fire, straight to that lake of fire. We're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Like I say, brothers and sisters, we're going to go straight down through this, because I've been carrying these classes on meditation with me for quite a few years, and I got to get this out, because I'm not going to be held accountable for it, okay? So those of you that are watching these videos and that watch these videos, know that you're doing your brother a favor, and you're also doing yourself a big, tremendous blessing by listening or attempting to try to meditate, because we're going to get into it throughout the rest of the week, and show you where meditation is and how to properly do it, because it does not require thinking. But here we are in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? In, and ye shall find rest for your soul, because you're walking in the truth of the Most High. You're dealing directly with the Most High. But they said, we will not walk therein. This is what a lot of these brothers have said to me when I bring out this. No, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that, man. I'm talking about, we got a game playing, the Sixers, or whatever these names of these things. I don't even keep up with it. I don't even watch TV, because I can't stand it. I don't even listen to the radio. I cannot stand it. But that's because I'm looking for the old paths. And a lot of these brothers think that the old paths are in the New Testament. Really? Really? Keep thinking that you're going to find out that it's not. You're going to find yourself getting thrown in the lake of fire. Matthew 11 and verse 29. We're going to go to the book of Matthew, verse 11 and chapter 29. And so it'll be a good thing that our people take this and listen to what the Most High is saying, because this is also a part of his heritage that you once knew. Okay? Why do you think they had the Christian Crusades? They weren't just hunting down regular people. They was hunting down people that was taught by Christ, by the real Christ. They was hunting down people that knew how to meditate, knew how to focus, how to clear their mind. Okay, the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 29. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. What is his burden is light? So if you're taking up on the Most High's burden, but y'all would rather have the burdens of this world, the damnation of this world, and get thrown into hell, because the world's burdens are heavy. They are tremendously heavy, tremendously heavy. Like I say, the Most High is looking for spiritual people that know Him spiritually. These mind cells, these word players and stuff like that, they're not what the Most High is looking for. But we're going to end this with one of my favorite scriptures, and it is a very good, powerful scripture because it reminds you exactly what you should be doing. Come out of the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil." So brothers and sisters, reach out to each other. Help one another get the knowledge that's necessary for this book. Steer clear of these alphabet campers, because they're teaching you lies and rhetoric, and they're just demon in the flesh. They're just Gentile in the flesh. That's it. They look like you, they act like you, but they're not you. As the Most High says, all Israel isn't Israel. It's not Israel. All Israel is not Israel. Just because they look like you, may sound and may act like you, does not mean they are of Yasharal. Okay? So, and on that note, brothers and sisters, I want to say, as it is according to the book of Amos 5 and 8, seek Him that maketh the stars, and you will find your way back home. You will find your way back into the bosom of your father. You will find your way back to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of our forefathers. Not to forget, least at all, Father Adam. So these are the brothers that have taught us the truth. These are our ancestors that gave us the truth, and our people it's been hidden from you, because a lot of the times our people reject the knowledge when the Most High is bringing it back out. And on that note, family, I want to say shalom. May y'all have a blessed day, and Barakatah Yahweh. Shalom, family.